Welcome to Network Today. We're so excited. Are you excited?
I'm pumped up. I am pumped up.
Well, you're also Rob Bliss. So that would be...
Thanks for the reminder, Sheryl.
That's right. And I'm Sheryl Powers. And we're so super excited about this series that we're going to be doing. This is going to be ongoing. So just hold your horses, right? We're going to be having episodes on certain topics. And the whole goal of Network Today is...
We want to help change the networking mindset here.
That's right.
We want to teach people how to become better networkers.
That's right. Well, and part of the problem with networking is that you're meeting a lot of people, right? But are you making money?
And you know, we're running around a lot of times with our heads cut off, going to the next event. Where's the next event? And we're not taking the time to learn about the new contacts we got to build those relationships.
Well, I got contacts. I got 52 of my closest business card friends in my pocket. But am I making money?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
What are you doing with those cards?
That's exactly right. So here's the goal of the series. So Network Today is all about taking you from meeting people to making money. That's right. So that's the end of the goal. The other thing about networking that is hard for newbies, which is the topic of this particular episode, to understand or to grasp is that it's a long game, right?
Absolutely.
It can be a long game, but we're going to help you shorten that game.
Well, you know, what happens too, Sheryl, is a lot of times people that are new into networking, they really don't know what direction to go into. You know, they're kind of wandering around like lost sheep.
I saw some last night. I saw some lost sheep. So yes, we're all about helping you shorten that long game so you can make money faster. Save the boss man from having to call you out and saying, oh, I'm gonna have to chain you to your desk, because they're gonna be thrilled that you're actually going out and meeting people and making money from those connections. So, and we've learned the hard way, haven't we?
You know, and it's like any other skill set. You've got to study. You've got to practice. You know, you've got to read books about it, take courses about it. And, you know, one of the big things really is I like to recommend is you got to get a mentor.
You do have to get a mentor. So without being a spoiler alert, right? So this is about newbies. First, I think before we even get to that spoiler, right? So the things we're going to talk about is, what is a newbie?
That's a great question. And I think my first reaction to that would be to say, just somebody that graduated from college has been told that they got to go out there to network, and they go to being invited to a networking group that's close to their area where they live at.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, I'm going to throw one out there.
Okay.
And I think a newbie also could be somebody who was with corporate America. That was me at one point.
Right.
And then said, you know what? I'm kind of done with this. I think I'm going to go start my own business. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Yes, it'll be so easy. And so you're going from a W-2 into an independent situation, and you've got to build a sphere of influence that's going to help leverage your time, right? So that's a newbie. Right, so corporate America into the entrepreneur space.
Yeah, and I think again, the important thing here is what we want to accomplish at Network Today is teach you how to get there much faster than it took us, Sheryl.
That's exactly right. So newbies, we've got our own secret top 10s, right?
I've got mine.
I'm not sharing it with you yet.
Okay. Hey. Okay.
So spoiler alert: we're going to share our top networking newbie tip.
And I want to hear first what you think is the number one tip that newbies need to focus on.
I'm not going to tell you that yet.
Okay.
That's later.
Okay.
That's later. So we're going to be right back and when we do, I'm going to share with you this amazing girl that I met. She's just so lovely, and she's a newbie. And she sent me an amazing newbie testimonial. So we're going to be right back with that. You're smart. You're watching this. But did you know that 2 out of every 3 Americans will deal with a legal issue this year? Half of those will spend 13 days working on those issues. At Empowered Advantage, we help with the stuff of life. Letter M as in marvelous, poweredadvantage.com. Welcome back to Network Today, and this is an exciting segment because you're really going to feature the Grand Slam
All right. Tell me about the Grand Slam, Sheryl.
Well, what's a Grand Slam? What's a Grand Slam? You came up with this.
All right.
So what's a Grand Slam?
Well, Grand Slam, of course, is a baseball term where when you got all bases loaded, you get up there and boom, you knock it out of the park.
That's right. You bring all the runners in. So that's what we're trying to achieve here. So we've got some great Grand Slam stories. And this particular one is an awesome girl. I was so thrilled. Actually, kind of the way she presented herself allowed me to kind of fill out my top 10 of what newbies should do because I thought she was just so great and lovely. So this gal came from a different industry where I guess she didn't have to network that much. But with this new company, she's got a network. So here's what I said. Oh my gosh, when she told me her story, I said, would you please send this to me? So this is my journey to Altruis. I hope I'm saying that right. Altruas. Did I say that right? All right. This is Christy Cummings. I hope I'm okay saying her last name. Christy. Sorry if I wasn't supposed to. So here's what she said. So I've been searching for a new job, a potential career change for several months. My good friend works for Realcomm, and I had interviewed with them and several executives. At the time, they really did not have a position for me, although they were trying to figure out how to best use my skills and experience. The VP who I interviewed with is in a, this is where it comes, small networking group. Small.
Okay.
I thought that was a really important word. Networking group with a partner, Altruis. That partner had expressed his need for a business development person, and the VP immediately thought of me and asked if he could connect us. I then met with Altruis and discovered we shared the same values and mindset in business. It seemed like a great fit for both of us, and the rest is history. And she's dynamite, knocking it out of the park. Grand Slam, homer. I met her in person last night at Business Pros. It was awesome.
Oh, man.
Did you meet her?
What was her name again?
Christy.
I missed her. I did not have an opportunity to meet her.
Goodness, oh my goodness.
But I had to sneak out there early because I had another event I had to go to.
Yeah,
so.
but what were some of the things in that story that she gave that really, like, oh my gosh, that's a great newbie networking story?
Well, she put herself out there. And then she went to an event. She, got to know people there, the right people that had the connections. She didn't give up. I can tell she's a go-getter.
Yeah, and I don't know her very well, but what I do know about her likely extends into her past history, right? So she is a go-getter. She's just bright and shiny and energetic and super excited. And excited people make other people what?
It's contagious.
That's right. It's exciting. So you want to be around her.
Sure, absolutely.
And so with that, she's top of mind when now somebody's looking for somebody to fill a position. You will never have to fill out an application.
Once you get hooked into the networking community, you'll never have to fill out absolutely.
That's right. So whether you're looking for an actual job or whether you're looking for referrals, if you're the exciting, if you're the Christy of the world, people say, "Ooh, I want to be a part of that."
Absolutely. As a business owner myself, that's one of the reasons I like going to networking events is, again, with all the people out there, getting to know them, what their skill sets are, who's looking for work. Yeah. It's a great way to connect with people.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you, too, one of the things that I got from this newbie story, this Grand Slam story, and that is that her follow-up, we're going to have a whole episode on that, follow-up was exceptional.
Oh, wow.
So she double-checked on her appointment in advance. Then she was on time for the appointment. It was an online meeting, took copious notes. She followed up immediately from that and was just really a skilled professional, even in this early juncture of her current position. So,
well, that she sounds like she is definitely a winner. And matter of fact, could you give me her email address?
Why would you want that, Rob?
Just connecting. Okay. I want to help her out in the networking world. She's a newbie now.
That's right. That's right. So that's what we're here to help you do is kind of shorten that game. And if you kind of follow her lead, if you follow the Christy lead of being professional, being on time, asking good questions, having exceptional follow-up, you're going to take that she met me, right? Now she's looking for an ROI. I can tell you that it's a much shorter situation here for me and a referral to her than it would be if I didn't hear from her again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think now it's time to, this would be a good time to segue into, what do you think the number one tip that you would give a newbie to start their new networking career?
Hang on just a second. I got a list. So, but I have to check my list. Let me check my list here. Because it's a long list. Not as long as yours, but it's a long list. So, can I give you my like ones leading up to number one?
Yep.
Because if I give you number one, then that kind of is a spoiler, right?
Okay.
That's your, what do you call that? Burying the lead, or I don't know.
Right.
Yes, it's a spoiler alert.
Go ahead.
So really kind of from the bottom up, I said finding networking groups. That's really important. You can't just hope that they happen. You have to go find them.
Good networking groups.
Yeah, that's right. So look on LinkedIn. Meetup was where I got started, actually. Meetup still has some good networking groups that are professional, but you do have to be careful because a lot of them are weird. But Meetup, Eventbrite, so research those groups. Then make sure when you're there, you're early. I think that's really important, so you can kind of scope the group, and you're the first one in. And I think I just always appreciate that. Dress for success. I know in several discussions you and I brought up, what are the things that new networkers do that like really are annoying? And we'll have a whole episode on those things coming up. But one of it's just not dressing for success. Right. So dress for success so that people really appreciate that. And then this is number one for me. Be excited. So be a Christy. Man, she just had this big smile. She just was booming with energy and sunshine. You're just like, and she was surrounded by people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a key point. I think you hit it nail right on the head there. It's like I said earlier, it's contagious. Big smile, people. You're going to attract people. You're going to be like a magnet.
Yeah.
And she got, I like your number one tip. I got a little bit different tip as my number one. And I'm going to go for be yourself.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times, people, we're going into meeting new people and we're a little bit either timid or scared or maybe a little bit too cocky and arrogant. And that's going to just turn off people that first time. Make that first good impression and just be yourself.
Right.
So I think that's a key. And then another one, it's you said this earlier too, is that have fun. Go in there and again, when you're being yourself, having fun, people are going to, you're going to give off a good vibe, and you're going to attract people that way. Another one I like is develop your own style. We're going to get a lot more into that later on down the way, but it's all about like personal branding. And so you've got to understand too, you want to be yourself, so you don't want to be some weirdo out there, but you've got to have a style so that you'll be able to connect with people easier.
Yeah. So what would be your style? If you had to give one word to your style, Rob.
One word to my style. Boy, that's a good question, Sheryl. I mean, I think I'm energetic.
Okay.
I think I'm high energy.
Okay.
When I go into a networking group, I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I want to meet new people. So I think. What do you think? What would you say that one word would be about my style?
I'd say different.
Different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there are different things that make you different, but probably being yourself and being energetic and having a cowbell and those things. So when you have the chance to meet Rob, you'll also meet his cowbell. And so I think that helps you stand out in a crowd. And that's a really great point, because if you're in a crowd like, what was it last night at Jeff Sandine's Business Pros?
There had to be 50, 60 plus people there.
Yeah. And you better find a way to identify yourself, or people say, oh my gosh, I want to make my way over there to go see Rob. I want to go see Jeff. I want to go see whoever. So you want to be that person that is attracting people.
Right.
And so it does take a little extra. It can feel exhausting, but I'll tell you the net result is a good one. So newbies,
huge.
if you're looking for a net result, that's
absolutely huge. And another important thing too is is to learn to build relationships. And that takes in the follow-up. Not just meeting one time and then you go to the next event, meet more people, you go to the next event, meet more people. No, you've got to get a chance to build those relationships. And I think that is such a key, newbies out there, is that don't just collect business cards, build your relationships.
Yeah. Yeah. It is all about relationships. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you better be trustworthy. So, because if you're not trustworthy, they're not going to refer you.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time for us to take a break right now. And so why don't we get right back and take a little break, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Are you a creative or entrepreneur with a business idea that needs just a little bit of help? Purple Cow Branding is the best digital marketing agency for your small business. Whether it be your website, social media, branding, or even video production, we're here to help your business be outstanding. Go to purplecowbranding.com to find out how we can help you. Purple Cow Branding, much more than digital marketing.
So I've given you a grand slam with Christy. Tell me what yours is.
Man, I tell you, I had a great one. And you know what? It's not an individual. This is an organization that was has been very influential in the success of Smart Office this year, and it's the Farmers Branch Chamber. You know, getting to know, when I moved to my new location, I got a visit from the president of the chamber and the head of the board of directors. And they, for over about a 10-day period, visited me 3 times and said, Rob, you should join the chamber. And I hadn't been in a chamber for, over 15, 20 years, kind of was negative towards chambers. But their persistence, their friendliness, their follow through, I saw all these great skills of a professional networker. And then I started to say, man, I want to hang out with these guys. And lo and behold, I joined the chamber, 12 months later. It has just been the best experience from 2021. My business has grown. I've gotten to make new connections. I've learned a lot of things. Now I kind of have a support team. It has just been far exceeded my expectations. So it's been a very exciting part, and I highly recommend people to check out their local chamber.
Right, because they're not all built the same. That is for sure. So Farmers Branch is special. I've also got a couple of in my back pocket as well. And here's one of the things that you'll find on networktodaydfw.com, and that's my resource calendar, right? So it's going to be my network events calendar that you're going to find there that has some of these things, because the FB chamber is pretty kick butt.
Yeah, it really is.
And the leadership, Grace, you're amazing. Love you, right? And the fact that they do what they say they're going to do, that's just an amazing group.
And the great thing, too, is, during this pandemic, for this last, over a year now, they had their door open. They were open for business. They did not shut it down. And we could see it drive my business, other people's business. So.
Right. Over the fence.
Over the fence.
That's right. That was a good one. That was a good one. We'll be right back.
Are you having trouble with your VoIP phone system? Smart Office USA to the rescue. We're a local company here in DFW with real people, certified technicians, and we even come to your office to help you. Smart Office USA, representing the #1 VoIP phone system on the planet. And we are right here in DFW, ready to help you. Call us 214-272-0921 or go to www.smartofficeusa.com.
So, Rob, you know what I'm looking forward to?
Tell me.
That's right. Going down this journey together with you and hearing from others. So Network Today isn't about us, right? We don't hear us yakking. We want to hear from you. So go to networktodaydfw.com. You'll see it there at the bottom. Okay. And I want you to put your email in. That allows you to become a part of the community. Mm-hmm. And there are going to be some cool things on demand that actually Kenzie came up with. So I think it's a really brilliant idea. And one of those great resources is
the networking scorecard and the networking one-on-one booklet.
And your library.
Oh, and Rob's library.
Your famous library. So every week he's going to review a book that you as a networker, especially networking newbies, need to tap into.
And I'll give you a little sneak preview is next week we're going to talk about the 29% solution.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for next week.
That's right. And so he's all about paper. So I'm calling him yesterday, right? So Rob is like the yesterday man, which is cool, right? People like paper. We have to have paper. You have to keep the paper salesman in business, right? But I'm all about stuff, right? So electronic stuff. This is what I'm about, electronic stuff. So I'm going to help you with some tips as well that you're going to find. So each week we're going to review something else that's electronic that you can easily use in your networking business. Cool?
I'm really looking forward to this journey together, Sheryl. We've got, I'm so passionate about helping the small business owner, the young entrepreneur, the solopreneur. There's so much to learn about networking that's taken us a long time to do.
Yeah.
But we want to be, like you always say, we want to shorten that journey. Yeah. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
That's right. So, hey, cheers.
Cheers.
To network today. Cheers to networking and taking you from making money to what? No. Meeting people to making money. That's right. We're going to help you shorten that long game. So Sheryl Powers.
Rob Bliss.
And we will see you next time.
This has been a Purple Cow production.